We are going to have a wonderful person come up right now. Her name is Carla Wyckoff. She's the Lake County Clerk. Would you please come? One of the greatest freedoms we have in this nation is the freedoms to worship. That comes because we have a constitutional form of government that requires us to vote, right? And to have a democracy and to bring in the leaders. All of this, if you don't vote, you're not for freedom. Let's welcome Carla. God bless you.
Thank you. Is this working?
It should be on, so.
Should be on. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I am delighted to be here. Although when I first talked to Pastor Paul about wanting to come and give thanks to this congregation, I thought it was going to be with just a small group of staff and leadership. And when he said the entire congregation, I was a little intimidated. But with the Lord's forgiveness and your patience, we'll get through this. I'm going to indulge for just a moment in some personal history. Not because it's personal, but because I think the story is an appropriate backdrop for the reason that we are here today. I would like to introduce a couple people who are here with me, the Chief Deputy Lake County Clerk, Deborah Nieto, and her husband, George, and also our Director of Communications, Linda Muzak, and you'll understand why she's so important later. My maternal 6 times great-grandfather, Thomas Maxwell, was a Baptist minister. He was born in 1742 in Culpeper County, Virginia. And because at the time Virginia only recognized the Church of England, he was jailed for his Baptist preaching. And in fact, the story goes that he continued to vigorously preach so much from behind the jail bars that he permanently scarred what was evidently a very prominent nose. Fortunately, eventually, he was released as the result of efforts by a very talented young attorney named Patrick Henry. Now, in good Baptist tradition, before he was released, he managed to convert the jailer and the jailer's wife. After he was released, Thomas went on with his oldest son, John, when John was only 14, to fight in the American Revolution. In fact, he joined a small group of Maxwells in what we believe later became known as the Over-the-Mountain Men, because they traveled over the mountains into South Carolina, and they fought in what was a decisive southern battle at Kings Mountain. They both survived the revolution, and as a result of that, they were paid by the government in land grants. The Maxwells got their land grant in what is now an area north of Atlanta, Georgia. And in 1788, Thomas Maxwell founded the Falling Creek Baptist Church. He lived to be 95 and served that congregation for 30 years. I believe that today, if Thomas were here, he would be well pleased with this congregation, not only for your active Baptist ministry, but for your commitment to one of the freedoms that he fought for. As many of you know, for several years, this church has served as a polling site for us on Election Day. What you may not know is that this site is the largest polling site in Lake County on Election Day, and you serve more voters than any other polling place. In addition to that, this year, you responded to an urgent need that we had for a large venue to train a lot of election judges in one evening to prepare for the election. And you did all of this with a competence and enthusiasm and a warmth that is unparalleled in Lake County. For this, we are profoundly grateful, and we hope that we can continue this partnership for a long time. In our own way and in our humble effort to thank you, we have prepared a certificate because we are awarding you this year the Lake County Clerk's Good Citizen of the Year. It was, although it's humble, it was prepared lovingly and personally by our Director of Communications, Linda Muzak. Let me read it for you, if I can. Without my glasses. For your incomparable efforts when sharing the abundance of your hospitality, generously opening your facility for our training classes, and willingly serving as an Election Day voting site for Lake County citizens. And this is the annual Good Citizen Award presented to the Quentin Road Bible Baptist Church.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. That is wonderful. Appreciate that.